Hey, Apollo Baptist Church, this is Pastor Gary here on the Apollo Underground blog on July 9th. That is a Thursday. Wanted to encourage you again to keep up with the Bible reading plan that our church is going through, reading through the Psalms. So this week we're reading Psalm 135 to 139. So I encourage you to be about that diligently. I was reading in Psalm 136 yesterday and 137 today, and man, 136 is, or sorry, I think I actually did 138 today, but 136, just very repetitive. It says that give thanks to the Lord for He is good, His steadfast love endures forever, and then gives you a reason. What a great word that God's love endures forever. And then here's why. Here's how I know. God's love endures forever. Here's how I know. We are a forgetting people, and so it's so important for God to be repetitive. It's so important for us to be somewhat repetitive in our worship. Maybe not repetitive, but certainly reflective. Going like, wow, look, God is so loving because of this. God is loving because of this. And the beginning of Psalm 136 talks about that God, who He alone does great wonders. That He made the heavens. That He spread out the earth. That He made the great lights. He made the sun. Just the natural order screaming the love of God and how it endures forever. God's watchfulness over the created order is, again, a testimony to His love and how eternal it is. So what a great word. So I hope you haven't missed out on 136. Great thing to just have in your mind. I also want to give you some pointers on in your groups if people come to your group and haven't watched the sermon. So here's what I would do. It's a really good question. Like does our group have to change if people haven't watched the sermon? No, I don't think so. I think your group meeting should allow for people to have not watched the sermon at all. The discussion guide that you get, the sermon handout, is a resource for you. So when people come to your group and they haven't watched the sermon, we'll just don't run the group assuming they have. Just reread the text. That's what I would say, especially even if you have watched the sermon, but your group is meeting like further along during the week, like maybe on a Tuesday night or a Thursday night, and it's been a few days since you saw the sermon. I would reread the text and then just go through the questions. I'm trying to structure the discussion guide so that anybody could just read the text and then start interacting with the questions. So that's what I would do. I would host your group being prepared for people to come who haven't watched the sermon, especially if you're inviting people, which you should be doing. Inviting people to your groups and or having people join online or whatever. Do the group not assuming they've watched the sermon, but certainly they'll learn, wow, these people know a lot more because they saw a sermon. Maybe I should watch the sermon next week. And so that's how I would run it. Especially for you small group leaders, just keep that in mind. They don't have to have watched the sermon to come to your group. It's okay if they haven't, but certainly they're at a better advantage if they have. So just wanted to share that with you. I'll be back on tomorrow. Next week will be a big change. We're going to be moving to about 2 or 3 vlogs a week. So we're not going to be vlogging every week starting next week. It's going to be more like just about 2 or 3 a week. So hope that's still okay with you, but I hope our quality will increase as we do that. But now that we're going to our pastoral staff they have a bit more responsibilities now. There's, Brian is leading worship the same way he would if we were all together. So he's got the same amount of work, and I don't really want to put vlogging and stuff on him. And so we'll see what other pastoral staff members can be on, but we're gonna stagger our posts starting next week. So hope you're well. I've heard some great news from people who are just creating culture of discipleship all on their own and with just the people that are around them, just trying to engage people in worship and meeting. I'm so proud of you. I can't wait for the moment when we're all back together again.